Hi, I'm Dr. Tory Brooks. I'm a retired chiropractic sports physician, and I had the pleasure of treating some of the world's best athletes for over 20 years. And I'm here with a good friend of mine, Patty Glick, and we're going to talk to you about Lifewave. We're going to talk to you about this technology that is absolutely prolific. It is the product of our generation, and it's for everybody and anybody. Doesn't matter what age you are, doesn't matter where you are and as activity, it is for you. So pay attention. You're going to hear some amazing things. Patty, do you mind jumping in and introducing yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So I, Patty Glick, I am a nurse practitioner. Have, over 40 years experience in the healthcare arena as a nurse and nurse practitioner. I did my training at USC for both my undergrad and my grad, and I maintained a private practice in Southern California for 25 years. But I really decided to take the next step, and that was leaving traditional healthcare to be able to move over into an arena that would allow me to help people to live a healthier, more holistic lifestyle. You know, Dr. Tory, you've got a really great story on how the technology has assisted you and your family. And I think that this is important because as healthcare providers, we want to really make sure that the things that we are standing behind have credibility and trust with the people that we're sharing it with. So, can you share your story?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Once I started sharing it in my practice, I had it about a month and a half before I retired.
Hmm.
Home run after home run. I started using it myself. Within 2 weeks, my sleep apnea was gone. My wife, she goes, I have got to be part of that. Give me some of this. And she had gone through adrenal fatigue and her hair was falling out, nails are breaking, even her eyelashes, and she hadn't slept in 10 years. First night she put the patch on, she called me crying. She could sleep. Hot flash was gone in a month. Then we shared it with our oldest son who has asthma, who had asthma, and he has not had an asthmatic attack in 18 months. Okay, it's gone. And no more allergies in our house either. They would take he and his mother would take a Zyrtec every day for the last several years. Even my wife was taking two. No more Zyrtec in our house. And our youngest son had eczema problem. And so it was so bad that his open wounds didn't allow him to basically use his arm, and it was a shooting hand. So he quit sports. And now, 4 months after wearing the patch, completely gone. Even the scarring is gone.
That's amazing. You
How
know,
about
my
yourself?
story, yeah, my story started actually about 2 years before I put the patch on my body. And I had heard about it, but I was so skeptical. I thought, oh my gosh, this sounds like voodoo. What is this all about? But the more stories I heard, the more research I did, I thought, I have got to give this a try. So I slapped it on my body. And much like Dr. Tori's wife, sleep was the very first thing for me. And within 3 nights, I was sleeping through the night. I still sleep like a baby. I have incredible dreams, incredible energy. My biggest miracle came at 5 days in. And I've struggled with an irritable bowel disease since I was 15 years of age, on medication and still sick 3 to 4 times a week. But guess what? 5 days in, all of my symptoms went away. I'm now 16 months after starting the patch. I haven't been sick once, haven't taken any medication. I feel fantastic. At 4 months, all of my neck and shoulder pain that I had on a daily basis went away. And and I know that I will always continue this patch because I know that the effects that I'm getting from it are compounded. Dr. Tori, we have a problem in the US. And can you share a little bit about that and how, and then we'll talk about how the patch can really be the solution?
Absolutely. It's pandemic. It's the whole world, actually. Every human being that's walking this face of the earth has a problem. Our stem cells become dormant as we get older. And so it starts to become really rapid at 25, 30th, because by the time you're 30 years old, half your stem cells are not active. And then by the time you're my age, oh gosh, I'll be 60 this year. I got about 5, 10% left. And then next scene in that movie, that's when you start replacing body parts. And we don't want that, right? I want to keep my joints. I want to get the inflammation out of my body. Well, that's what happened. That's the problem because chronic inflammation is the root of all disease and it just devours the stem cell activity. And so fewer stem cells that you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. And but I heard there's a solution out there.
There is a solution, and we have David Schmidt to thank for that. David Schmidt is the founder, the inventor, and the CEO of Lifewave. He's had over 20 years of experience working in the field of what's called phototherapy. His first technology was developed for the Navy SEALs and is still used by them today, 20 years later. So I want you to really lean into the credibility of that. He has over 200 patents, and by the end of the year, will be at over 300. This should give you a tremendous amount of confidence and credibility, just like it did for Dr. Tory and us. The FDA classifies the LifeWave technology as a general wellness product. So as Dr. Tory said, this is for everyone, and we are here to be able to use technology as a way to serve mankind. So
Nice.
how does this work? I'm sure everybody's dying to know.
Well, physiologically, it's phototherapy at its greatest, okay? You know, the
Mhm.
sun is phototherapy. You walk out in the sun, what happens? It hits your skin, converts some of your cholesterol into vitamin D. That's phototherapy. Instead of the sun being the source of light, each individual is a source of light, and we
Mhm.
reflect light from our body. This patch grabs the light, and with its proprietary blend, it will reflect it back into the body and turn on a peptide called GHK copper peptide. And
Mhm.
GHK copper peptide was discovered by Dr. Picard in the 70s, and it is fantastic. It is the holy grail of anti-aging and age reversing. It's amazing. So we found a way to be able to activate that signaling molecule to have its great effects, okay? It's non-transdermal, so there's nothing on it. It's not medicine. So anybody could put the patch on. It doesn't matter what medications you're on, nutritional supplementation, your condition, your disease, your disorder, doesn't matter, your age, everybody could wear the patch, okay? Because there's no contraindications to it. And now results do vary though, Patty. Okay,
Mhm.
some people are one patch wonders. Some people, it took me 2 weeks to get my sleep apnea to go away. It took a month for my wife's hot flashes to leave. It took 3 months for my son's asthma. It took my other son 4 months for his eczema. Everybody has their own timeline, okay? But as physicians, we are clear this is not medicine. So it's not a turning off something or turning something on immediately, okay? It will have to take this course for the body to heal itself, okay? And each and every person's different. So give it a year. Give it at least a year to do what it needs to do in your body so you too can get your testimony. Now, the benefits of this is like once you put it on scientifically, we know that within 2 days, 4,000 genes are being reset to their youthful status. That's amazing. You just stop there and say, okay, sign me up. But it gets better. Within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. Okay, inflammation's leaving the body, and which is fantastic. No more going into a room wondering why you're there. Okay, I used to do that, but in any event, also 3 months down the road, collagen is starting to be laid down and created from your body. None of the supplementation of that, and it goes to the gut, and only a portion of it goes to your body. 100% your body is activating collagen growth in your body. Okay, and then 6 months down the road, it's actually age reversing at that point, Patty. Your cardiovascular system, 8 years younger. And and it just keeps getting better and better and better. Okay. Now, where do you put this? You put it on for 12 hours in the morning, take it off, rinse and repeat. You do it again the next day. That's it. That's it. It's very simple.
Yep,
So, yeah. Can
super
you tell
simple.
me? Can you tell me if we have a big problem, right? Our stem cells are
Mhm.
going to sleep, right? Like the
Right.
seven dwarfs, the sleepy, and then we have a big solution that we just talked about. Does that create anything for us?
It creates an incredible opportunity. This technology is for everyone, as Dr. Tory talked about. And when you hear about it, and especially when you get these patches on your body, you are going to want to be able to share this with everyone. So looking for an opportunity, because we know that 85% of Americans, they don't love their job. We know that finances are one of the leading causes of divorce and stress in a relationship. So this is an opportunity for you to help us to get this patch on in a billion bodies, right? But to also create some financial options for your family. This company has had tremendous growth. We are in 85 countries, which gives us a massive international presence. The team that Dr. Tory and I are a part of is responsible for 40% of the company revenue within Lifewave. We've got system structure, a great community, and we are not stopping. So The other thing that's very important when you're considering an opportunity, you want something that'll give you meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. But you also, as Dr. Tory talked about, think about supplements. If you're going to go buy something, where do you start? There's a million different things. We are the only tool on the market that will actually stimulate your dormant stem cells. We are on a 20-year patent, which means we have no competition. So you have so much opportunity there. So you're probably thinking right about now, okay, you guys, stop talking. I need to call the person that shared this video with me because I need to get started on my patches. And you may want to talk to them about sharing with others. I assisted 6 people to get started before my patches even arrived because once I knew, and I had to share it with the world. It is my responsibility as a healthcare provider. So getting started, you can come in retail, pay a little bit more, or you can come in at a wholesale price. There are going to be 4 bundles in which you can come in. Decide what's going to be right for you with a conversation. You can order 3 months of your X39. That would be $295. You can order 6 months of your patches. That'd be $535. Probably want to use them with your family. There's a next pack, which would be 11 packages. Use them with your family or just yourself. That'd be $975. And then for those of you who have a big family or you've got a medical practice or a business that you want to be able to bring the technology into, that would be 20 months of the patches for $1,750. Start with whatever works for you, but have a conversation with the person that invited you. I'm going to give you a little pro tip. If you go to Amazon.com, you order from Lifewave, you're going to pay 30% more. If you also look on Walmart.com and eBay and even on Amazon, you'll find counterfeit technology and you'll also find some third-party sellers. Please don't do that because Lifewave will not stand beside that. Those are counterfeit or they have been stored improperly and we cannot guarantee the results. So, Dr. Tory, thank you so much for sharing today. And guys, go and get back with the person that invited you here today. We are on a big mission to change the world and to get this technology onto 1 billion bodies. My question is, start with you. Are you ready to go? And then consider, do you want to come and help us have a big impact and create a big change in the world?